Ibaka trying to stay with Durant, knocks it away, and Durant slipping. Durant goes down holding his leg. Ibaka goes up and is fouled down the other end. And Durant grabbing that right leg. His teammates going over to check on him.
We saw the shortcomings of a team that was built around a super team, right? I think that first year, I think you could argue that, they had a ton of really good, still in their prime playmakers and role players. By the time you had gotten to 2019, the Warriors had really nothing left. Nothing left outside of those top 3-4 guys.
Lowry gets past, falls down, lost the ball. Thompson running the floor, and a foul. And Thompson grabs his left knee, now writhing in pain. Steph Curry slamming the ball on the court, so upset. And everybody for the Warriors and the franchise and here in the stands holding their breath.
Now the Warriors just inbound, and that's it. There's the new NBA champion, and it's a team from Toronto, Canada. We the North are now we the champions. The Raptors are 2019 NBA champs.
After the 2019 NBA Finals, it was hard not to think that things were ending.
Adrian Wojnarowski reporting that Kevin Durant is in fact headed to Brooklyn.
I view the Golden State Warriors as being a playoff team. They're not going to fall off the radar, but I don't think they're winning a title anytime soon, and that means the dynasty is over.
Klay Thompson had just tore his ACL. He's going to be out for a while. Look up and down the roster, and we're just like, man, how are they going to figure this out?
A portion of you wanted to almost become reflective. We still believed in the team and still believed we have talent, but we didn't have the talent on the floor yet. And so you could neither move on or really get a sense of where they were. You didn't know they were going to come screaming back the next year or if this really was the end.
For 5 straight years, Stephen Curry had been at the center of basketball's greatest show. The Golden State Warriors had become a dynasty. 5 straight NBA Finals, 3 championships, and a style that changed the sport forever. But in the summer of 2019, it all came crashing down.
With a lot of contact. And he's holding that left wrist. We already saw Steph tweak his ankle. He is not moving that left wrist right now.
That is the absolute last thing in the world that they need right now. He's up.
Warriors will be playing without Steph Curry for a while. The star point guard broke his left hand during a hard fall under the basket last night.
Does this Steph news kind of change how you coach and view what's ahead?
I literally just found out 5 minutes ago. So it's we'll meet tomorrow as a staff. We'll watch film with the team, and we'll be able to discuss all that stuff. But we've obviously it's been a tough start for us on many levels. So we're just trying to find our footing, and obviously this puts us in a tough spot. So we'll assess it and we'll go from there.
This season is now lost with the Golden State Warriors. I know he probably had aspirations of playing at MVP level, of showing everybody he can lift this team to the playoffs, along with Draymond Green, adding D'Angelo Russell. That's not going to happen.
This is the Warriors' worst nightmare. Everybody is in stunned disbelief in that locker room right now. This is the exact same feeling that players and coaches had after Game 5 of the finals in Toronto after Kevin Durant tore his Achilles.
After breaking his hand just 5 games into the 2020 season, Stephen Curry and the Warriors looked much different entering 2021. The previous season had been the first time in nearly a decade the NBA existed without him. There were no celebrations, no viral moments. The league had moved on, and the Warriors had fallen to the bottom of the standings.
Grandma, what is this like for you without Steph out there now?
Different. Obviously, Steph draws a lot of attention on the offense side of the ball. He brings leadership to the table for us, and it was a different challenge.
For most stars, this could have been seen as the beginning of the end. an era of dominance fading quietly into the background. But for Stephen Curry, the silence was just an intermission. What's going on, y'all? This is Trice, and I want to thank Raycon for sponsoring this video. I've been using Raycon's Essential Open Earbuds, and I've got to say they're incredible. I love being able to play my music or listen to a podcast and still be able to hear the world around me. It's perfect for the gym, travel, or running around doing whatever I need to do during the day. And right now, they're up to 20% off for the holidays. A great deal for your new favorite listening experience. Regular earbuds block out everything. You can't hear someone calling your name or car honking, but the Raycon Essential Open Earbuds sit just outside your ear canal, so you get a premium listening experience while still staying aware of your surroundings. They're lightweight and feature a flexible hook, which keeps them secure and fitted to your ear no matter what you do during the day. They feature multi-point connection, which allows you to switch from your phone to your laptop without having to repair, meaning it gives you an easy connecting experience no matter what device you're using. The battery life on these is crazy. It gives you up to 36 hours total, so I get to listen to my favorite music and podcasts more and charge less. I've been using these practically every day since I got them, and I've got to say they've become my go-to earbuds. The Essential Open Air earbuds are here for the holiday season, and they're going fast. Click the link in the description or go to buyraycon.com/triceopen to get up to 20% off Raycon products site-wide. Order by December 15th to make sure they get there by Christmas, because a good gift should never arrive late. Again, thank you to Raycon for sponsoring this video. When Stephen Curry finally returned for the 2020-2021 season, the franchise around him had completely changed. Kevin Durant was gone, chasing a new chapter in Brooklyn, and backcourt mate Klay Thompson, who had been set to return from his devastating ACL tear, experienced a setback courtesy of one of the game's most tragic injuries.
The Warriors just confirmed star Klay Thompson has a season-ending torn Achilles.
Thompson suffered a right leg injury while working out in Southern California yesterday. This morning, an MRI confirmed it is a torn Achilles. The Warriors say he is expected to miss the upcoming season, but a source tells ESPN Thompson has been told to expect he will make a full recovery. He already missed last season following an ACL tear to his left knee.
Suddenly, Stephen Curry was on his own again. A 33-year-old superstar who had just 2 years prior commanded one of the most dominant teams in the history of the sport was now surrounded by inexperienced rookies and role players. The expectations were modest. The Warriors were supposed to be rebuilding for the franchise's next chapter. But Stephen Curry had no interest in rebuilding. He was coming to remind the world who he was.
Hornets made a run in the first half, at the end of the first quarter, the beginning of the second quarter. Hornets bench was more productive than the Warriors bench. Curry, oh man, classic Steph Curry. Steph one more time for the advantage, good! If at first you don't succeed, you know what they say. Try again. Game clock, Curry. Working against none. Lets the three go. Scores it! Steph with a huge...
7 months of lifting weights. Something's got to happen. I'm feeling good, man. Definitely taking advantage of the time. Looking forward to this new year. You know, despite obviously, you know, the fortunate situation with Klay, you know, we still feel, you know, like we're a threat to be dealt with.
Oh, Curry was going to pull back. Flip to Wiseman! Oh, get ready to watch that the next couple years. Played the D, and it was Wiggins doing it. Wiggins on the sprint out. Did well to catch that. John Wall said, not Curry behind his back. Flip it up and in, draw the foul. Showtime. And you sense Curry and the Warriors moving in for a little bit of a kill here. Steph in his bag. Deep, like the fries were at the bottom.
On January 3rd, 2021, Stephen Curry would do something he had yet to accomplish in his storied career. Facing the Portland Trail Blazers, Steph would drop 62 points, the highest mark of his career.
Then Steph off a made three, reversing it up and in. Oh, Curry, what a first quarter. This brilliant offense. They're going to make noise in the West. Curry around Covington, past Nurkic, lay it up and in. They had the technical free throw and the three-point play. Curry right down the lane. How about that? And Steph is running into the front court. Draymond finds him, another three. Got it! 62! 62! And he actually surpasses his buddy Klay Thompson.
Only a handful of players in league history have scored over 60 points, and even fewer had done it at the point guard position. In fact, Steph was only the 5th point guard in NBA history to pass the mark. The feat represented more than just a new career high for the game's greatest marksman. It represented the resilience of a player who had begun making his case as one of the greatest to ever play. After all of the injuries, the rise and seemingly fall of a dynasty, and the doubts surrounding his current place in the league, Curry had shown the world that he was still the top point guard in the NBA.
It was one crazy hot night for a guy who can get crazy hot. I still have a hard time wrapping my head around it. I still wonder, did it really happen? Because even for that guy, that's virtually impossible, and he did it. That's Ripley's believe it or not.
Well, it just reminded me that this is the greatest shooter since mankind existed.
And from that point on, Stephen Curry would put together one of the most incredible individual stretches of his career.
Hornets bench was more productive than the Warriors bench. Curry, oh man, classic Steph Curry.
To your chagrin, that was it? Oh, how did Steph make that?
He changed his mind.
How did he make that?
What's that?
He draws the foul here, so he heard the whistle, 180'd, and then flipped it in.
Who does that? He's not from here. He's different.
Even at All-Star Weekend, he reminded everyone what he does best, taking home the three-point contest trophy in vintage fashion. Curry's dominance in 2021 would reach its peak in the final 3 months of the season. In the month of April, Stephen averaged 37.3 points per game across 15 games, one of the best scoring months by any player in the past 50 years. At one point during the stretch, he had 11 games of 30 or more points, the longest streak of his career.
He's a keeper, and what you want to do as a coach is tell him, don't tease me. This is the way you've got to play every single night.
Oh, Curry!
Follow up.
3 seconds to go. Curry from deep knocks it down with a second to go.
Curry for the final seconds. He don't want to go to the basket.
No, I mean, he's dancing around. What are you going to do about this? That's a great contest from
Count it. Steph Curry.
From mind-blowing shot making to otherworldly stat production, it was the purest form of Stephen Curry basketball we'd ever seen. With the team seemingly being out of championship contention, away from the spotlight for the first time in years, the league witnessed an all-time great playing with a freedom he hadn't had in years. By the season's end, Curry would win the NBA scoring title for the second time in his career, averaging a career-high 32 points per game.
A little show and go, a little teardrop, and there is the scoring title for Steph Curry.
He did it while shooting 48% from the field and 42% from three, despite leading the league in shot attempts and defensive attention, a testament to the level of dominance that he reached. Steph's offensive output alone had been enough to keep the Warriors afloat during the regular season, and despite the team lacking experience and depth, Golden State would make its way into the NBA's new play-in tournament with hopes of securing a playoff berth. Curry would finish third in MVP voting behind Nikola Jokic and Joel Embiid, with many agreeing that had the team been a higher seed in the playoffs, there's a good chance Steph would have secured his third career MVP. From the outside, many saw the season as irrelevant. No championship chase or title contention, just a star lighting up empty arenas. However, in reality, that year might have been the most revealing of Steph's career, because it showed that his greatness wasn't just a product of a system surrounded by great players. it was self-sustaining. Curry had proven that he could carry a team on his own, doing so with an offensive workload that was similar to other of the game's great legends from the past. The success of the dynasty had already made him a legend, but from isolation scoring to his signature off-ball movement, Stephen Curry had shown that he wasn't just the greatest shooter the game had ever seen. He was one of the greatest players to ever touch a basketball.
And that will do it. The Memphis Grizzlies are in the playoffs. They eliminate the Golden State Warriors.
Just didn't go our way. I don't know how many different ways to say it, but it was a special year, all things considered. And a new experience for me, Draymond, Loon. Tried to make the most of it. Come back, bottle this up. Everybody make the right strides, take advantage of the summer, and you don't want to see us next year.